still trying to knock the kinks out with with the company. So I apologize for that. But show must go on. So today I'm going to explore this little story here about yet another mother who has taken some time out to explore a career with OnlyFans, and she pays for her little tykes school, and I don't know if she's trying to hide her new career, or if she's just expecting that her new career is just something that people should just overlook. But I suspect that a lot of these new age women think that no one should care what they do. It's no one's business. No one cares. I should be able to do whatever I want to do. I should be able to run around with my hair 7 or 8 different colors. I should have I should be able to just augment my body any way I want. I should be able to just do whatever I want. It doesn't affect anybody but me. No one should be able to say anything or tell me anything. So, unfortunately, it affected her son. And she feels like as long as she has the money to pay for her son's private school and whatnot, it doesn't matter. She should just be able to just hand the money, and that's that. But when you're able to, take your son to these private schools, and other people who take their children to these private schools are of a certain stature that they don't want to, other people to know that, hey, I'm in school with, little Billy's mom, who is spread eagle on OnlyFans and Twitter and Instagram, showing her innards and whatnot to everyone, and changing into several different outfits a day. That's a bit crass, and it makes us look crass too, even though it doesn't. But they seem to think that maybe it does, even though it doesn't. Now, I don't want to give anybody the impression that I don't like hoes. I tend to gravitate towards hoes. I love hoes. I have partaken of hoes in my younger days. So, I don't judge. When I hear Cardi B say, don't you see these big old titties and this ass out, I chuckle inside, So I just don't know what to tell you. But we're going to explore this story together and get down to the bottom of this. Alrighty, let's set this up here for you. I love whole stories, don't you? Alright, here it is. Let's take a look at this. Alright. School suspends boy after finding his mom's OnlyFans content. An OnlyFans mom says her son, an OnlyFans mom. That doesn't even seem like it goes together, does it? Or should it? Okay, they have her name there. Twitter / Sarah Cheeky1. Okay. An OnlyFans mom says her son's school suspended him after they found out about the content she makes in her free time. Another day, another OnlyFans scandal. This time, OnlyFans star Sarah Blake Cheeky is revealing her story in support of fellow creator and Florida mom Victoria Trice, or Tracy, who was banned from volunteering. Early this year, 31-year-old Victoria Snooks Tracy announced she would be taking action against Orange County Public Schools after she was no longer allowed to volunteer because of her OnlyFans account. In defense of Tracy, Cheek revealed how she and her family were discriminated against when her son's school found out about her own OnlyFans videos. And here's a picture of her, Sarah Blake Cheek. Okay, she's got some augmented lips there. Like they did a pretty good job on those. She's got the fake eyelashes that the black girls like to wear too. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right. Oh. Okay. All right. So 2 pictures of her right there. It says, according to Cheek, she was forced to homeschool her son, 7-year-old, after he was suspended when the school found out she was an OnlyFans model. My son was even suspended from school, and in trying to communicate with the principal, she refused to talk to me or give a reason as to why he was being treated badly simply because I did OnlyFans, she explained to the Star. So here you have a woman who basically turned her nose up to another woman and said, basically, we're not having that. So even other women will basically try to shame other women, of this other persuasion into, acting in a way that they feel like is more in line with the way that they want them to act. So, even though we don't want to be held accountable to anybody, we all have to be held accountable to somebody. And there are societal norms. Even though everybody in 2021, 2, and 3 are trying to get away from societal norms and want to be identified in multiple different ways and try to make people, accept them as whatever, it's going to be tough, to do that and try to make money at the same time. Because people are going to hold you to the old standards, and whether you think that that's a good thing or not. Okay, so she goes on to say, now with Victoria Treacy's story making waves, Cheek decided to share her story and wants to end the unjust treatment for moms who make this content for a living. Okay, so now she's going to make it into a movement. Okay, and she says, when Victoria's story hit, I messaged her because she had found an attorney willing to take on an OnlyFans case. Cheek said, I had a similar situation with being banned from my kids' football organization because I did OnlyFans. They erased me from my kids' lives and humiliated me for what I did in private by exposing that secret. Come on now. Humiliated you? Really? By exposing what you did in private? Now, those of us who surf those airwaves know that these women advertise like nobody's business for other people to find them, okay, and to pay for their content. So I find it hard to believe that she was humiliated by this type of attention, okay? Let's just say that. And you're taking these racy pictures with your tongue stuck all out and whatnot, and they're plastered all over the place, and you're humiliated, your son's football team and whatnot. Yeah, and I'm sure that you don't tone down your dress at the football games, and yeah, I'll just leave that alone. But let's go on here and cover this a little bit more here. So, Cheek went on to add that she hopes Treacy, or Treese, I don't know how to pronounce that, ends up getting justice for all the moms who do OnlyFans, but only time will tell if things go her way legally. In recent months, there has been a handful of controversial stories involving OnlyFans creators and schools, most notably A pair of former teachers were banned from the platform after they filmed content inside schools, a big violation of the site's acceptable use policy. Yeah, I think we talked about those. It's just, it's never any, um, you know, never any end to the places where these women will do their sexual exploits. Hell, have we seen a church yet? Have we? A car wouldn't be anything. A plane, a train, shit. I don't know. I know you guys tell me, where they haven't done some content, but I don't know. Would we be surprised if I would be surprised if there's a place they haven't done it? But all right, so okay, okay, it looks like that's the end of the article there. Okay, and then it goes into some other crazy stuff. So here's the other article with the Sun here, and we see some of the more racy photos of Miss Chick here. Okay, and it says she was suspended from the school after gossip spread about her OnlyFans page. So how did the gossip spread, I wonder? Okay, so then says Sarah Blake Cheeky had to briefly homeschool her 7-year-old and described being humiliated over choices she makes in her private life. The businesswoman has been outspoken about the stigma before, but is speaking out again after another mom sued school authorities for being banned for volunteering. Okay. So OnlyFans babe, Victoria Treese, a single parent with 2 sons. Gosh. She doesn't look the same, does she? That face got kind of hard there at the press conference. So, okay. OnlyFans babe, Victoria Treese, a single parent with 2 sons, spent 5 years organizing parties and field trips at her boys' school before a concerned parent sent an anonymous email to the principal about her day job. Ooh, so concerned parent. So this concerned parent probably spent some money to go ahead and check out her OnlyFans page in order to check it out to make sure that it was legit. In order to go ahead and properly report her, don't you think? Probably. That's probably what I would do. So then they went ahead and reported her, and then okay, so let's move on down here. So then it says she was then told to quit her role, and last week she filed a lawsuit against Orange County Public Schools. And speaking to the Washington Post, Victoria said the most exciting part of being a mom was to be involved in their lives. That was all I wanted for my kids. Well, the kids didn't know anything about her doing OnlyFans, so I don't know. I think this is a bit overboard for somebody to just, I don't know. This could be either way, because if somebody didn't go out of their way to go tell them that she was out there doing OnlyFans. And I don't know what was she doing in OnlyFans? You know what I mean? How crass was her content? I don't know. I'm up in the air about it. But let's go. She is now being backed by Sarah, who herself was axed from her kids' sports matches after joining. Okay, so we already went through all of that in the other one. Okay, when Victoria's story hit, I messaged her. She said that in the other one also. Okay. She said, I had a similar situation with being banned from my kids' football organization because I did OnlyFans. I wasn't allowed to bring them to practices, watch their games. Damn, she couldn't even watch her son's games. See, that's a bit much. You can watch the games, but you can't come around here all scantily clad now. Cover up, wear some, some warm-ups or whatever. You can't be coming around here all, now that will be acceptable. You can't, come on. So that you can't, this is a free country. You should be able to, watch the kids, it's not like anything else, even when we were coming up, when I was coming up, I'm, older, but you come up there, grown folks did grown folk shit, and kids didn't know anything about that. Kids stayed in a child's place. So what happened to that? Grown folks do grown folk shit. Grown folks listen to grown folks music. We used to sneak in grown folk shit and get into it, but that's how we listen to Richard Pryor and and all kinds of stuff that we didn't wasn't supposed to be in, and we learned about stuff like that. Learn how to talk shit and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's how you get a little season, and you get the rest of it by hanging around older kids, and through levels of growing up, you hang around older and older people to be able to migrate into different levels of life. You know what I mean? So I say that to say, okay, these kids don't know anything about what their mom is really doing unless an adult tells them. Okay. So I think it would be messed up if the adult basically went into this and embarrassed the child, by telling them what this kid was doing. Obviously, she's trying to put this kid in an environment where they're going to get an education. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily conduct her going out and doing OnlyFans. Where's the father? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, she may be one of these modern women where she's not, allowing the father to be what he needs to be, or to be in his life in order to, so that she doesn't have to be doing OnlyFans, or maybe she's doing OnlyFans because that's what she wants to do. It's not about whether she has to or not. Maybe she likes that attention. Maybe she likes being buck naked. Maybe she likes being sexual. It's not about, it's not always about, being forced to do these things. People do make choices like this. But, sometimes we as adults don't act like adults either when dealing with sexual matters. So, okay, she had a similar situation. Okay, they erased me from my kids' lives, humiliated me. She said she couldn't go to the games, couldn't go to the organizations because she did OnlyFans. I wasn't allowed to bring them to practices. See, that's a bit much. She can drop them off to practice, whatever. Sit in the parking lot, watch them practice, whatever. Watch their games, or have any communication with the coaches. Now, come on, you can talk to the coaches. You can make sure they're doing whatever they're supposed to do. Probably you can't have any communication with the coaches because the coaches' wives don't want you talking to them because they're afraid. You look at her; she's pretty augmented there, so they probably feeling a little intimidated by her. So yeah, I see where that's kind of coming from. Okay, so let's move on down. So she says, my son was even suspended from school, and in trying to communicate with the principal, she refused to talk to me. So then you have a woman. This woman might be being petty because of what she does. We know that happens as well. Okay, or give a reason as to why he was being treated badly simply because I did OnlyFans. Now, we don't know that he was being treated badly because she did OnlyFans or because he did something at school. So we don't know, she may be adding to this. Okay. She says, I'm seeing Victoria fight this and bring more attention to the issue of canceling a mother for providing for her family. Simply being someone is insecure or wants to label it as bad or negative, it is unjust and awful. A celebrity can film sex scenes or be topless in a movie, or be praised for a weird baby name they give their children. This is no different other than the fact we are giving our kids a normal suburban life. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the same. And here you see how regular, normal, everyday women try to always equivocate their lives with these women who are stars and who are living in other lanes that are way above theirs. Why is it that every time you talk to them, when you ask them a question, well, you know, Beyonce does it, but you're not Beyonce. Beyonce don't even live across the street from you. You are not even in that same, sector of that person that you just brought up. You've never even seen her other than on TV or in concert. So that's not even real. That's like me bringing up King David or something. I heard about him. I seen him in a book. I can't do that. But that's what you always get with these women. It's like they compare, their standard of where they want to be is so high and so lofty that it's just unrealistic. And that's why they don't think that they should be judged. It's like, well, if so and so does it, hey, that'd be like me saying, well, fuck, Superman does it. Cyclops does it in the X-Men. I mean, I should be able to do it too. How do you how do you talk to somebody who doesn't even have the standard in reality? So there you have it. Okay. Okay. So then mom, 4, Sarah added, having your rights as a mother, a good one at that, taken by someone else for providing is unimaginably, the worst feeling in the world. Providing. Okay. Now, I don't know if all of these are kids. Sarah is proud to be able to support her 4 kids. Okay. Now, I don't know about you. I'm seeing all of this. Every picture I see in here, I don't see a man in any one of these pictures. And she's perfectly fine with that. And she's on OnlyFans. She's one of these women who clearly is advertising for, what the man wants, but she doesn't want the man. She just wants what the man's gonna bring her and drop off, for a short time and hit the road. Which shows that there's clearly a mental disconnect and why she's on OnlyFans and why she keeps getting kids as a result. So that may be why everybody's looking at her and saying that basically this shows a lapse in judgment. Okay? And why you can't say that you are a good parent because you are not showing good judgment. Okay? And she doesn't see it. So it goes on to say Sarah is proud to be able to support her 4 kids. Yeah, okay. You can support your 4 kids, but you made 3 mistakes. Because the first one is a gimme, and then you got 3 fuck trophies here after that first one. Okay? You got 4 in all, but then the other ones, those are trophies. Trophies that show that you're a master at what you do. But you don't have not one man trophy. And all of these are from different people, I bet you. Yeah. And you haven't figured it out yet. And you're having to go to OnlyFans to support them. And that's crazy. But anyway, we'll move away from that. So then it says here, I hope Victoria gets justice for us all, is the other lady saying. And she says, Sarah, 31, lives in a $1 million, 31, lives in $1 million ranch in Florida, where her husband, Matt, and her children, Chandler, Camden, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected. Didn't give you that information in the last one. So she is married. Sarah, 31, lives in a $1 million ranch in Florida with her husband, Matt, children, Chandler, Camden, Corey, and Carson. So she's married. This is some good information. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Let's get all of this good information here. Despite being shunned in her community, she went on to grace the cover of Playboy and has appeared on ESPN to give her takes on her favorite sport, American football. Asked how the situation unfolded with her son, she said, they never gave a reason or responded to us. They just graduated him out. We homeschooled to make up for the time missed, and he is now enrolled in the public school by our house and making honor roll. I also want to note I never fought the suspension. I just wanted to talk to the principal and told her, and hold her accountable for not being able to do her job without bias solely based on what a kid deserves without involving his parents. So maybe this was biased. So okay, so the other article was didn't have all of the information. Okay, all right. So all of her kids are by her husband, and really she doesn't have to work, so she's just doing OnlyFans to not take care of her kids. She's just doing OnlyFans for the fuck of it. So this is a whole nother situation entirely. She's doing OnlyFans because her husband likes it. And it keeps her entertained. I mean, it's just one of those things. Okay. All right. Well, this is a whole nother situation. This is a freaky situation. Okay. So this is a situation where her husband likes this. He's probably taking the pictures. I wouldn't say he's probably in it. I don't know what he does for a living, but he's making big money. So he's got her taken care of. She doesn't have to do any of this to put this kid through school or provide. She's just saying that. This is her play money. That's just so she can say that she's making money. But she's got a man. So, and he's put all those kids in her. So it looks like she did the right thing. So I take it back. I take it all back. So this is another type of situation. This is one of those situations where the husband likes other men looking at his wife, and he doesn't necessarily care because he's got her locked down and he's got the situation in hand because he's got money and she ain't going anywhere. So this is a whole nother situation. Now, other guys may look at this situation and see this as a simp-like situation, but like the Sierra and Russell situation, but you just can't explain this type of situation to people to the uninitiated. Let me just say that. So, hope you guys like this, and this was an interesting story. And as you can see, they've got some comments down here. It says next, liberal teachers will ban someone for not being liberal. Power crazed, pin pusher, groveling to the establishment. They should be brought to account. How cheeky of them to ban those cheeks. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. So you guys tell me what you think. I don't know. I can't judge. I have my own issues. So, you guys, you tell me what you think. It was very, very interesting. Look at this here. Okay, yeah. So the first one, oh, that's dextrose. Okay, so yeah, you got the American article, you got the British. Yeah, thank the British for being a lot more thorough than we are. They always are. So, again, like I said, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. We can go back and forth, discuss this a little bit, and all right. I don't know. She ain't my type, but I can see it. OnlyFans ain't my thing. I'm more of a traditionalist. So, again, like I said, you guys let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll go back and forth, and I'm gonna take a listen, and we'll go from there. Read, but you guys have a great day, night, whenever you guys listen, and I'm glad to be back, man. All right, I'm out of here.